I got some new shoes. Yes, can you see them? Probably not. Okay, this room is not big enough for shoes. Okay, new shoes. No. Oh, I can't do it. New shoes, which I would love to show you outside, but I can't because we've been having flash floods. I'm talking bad weather. I think a lot of y'all thought I died because I've been gone all week. I haven't been posting videos. I don't even think I've been posting to Instagram for like the past 3 days. I've been feeling really sick all week. It's been not fun at all, and since I've been sick, I've been having a horrible, I'm talking off the Richter scale, anxiety attacks, because my anxiety is really affected by the fear of doctors, the fear of medical stuff, the fear of feeling sick, being in pain, having to take medicine, all kinds of stuff like that. So I've just been taking a detour to crazy town. Nothing is really wrong. I did end up going to the doctor finally yesterday and just kind of getting a checkup and making sure everything is okay. And the good news is I'm okay. But the bad news is I've just had a week of really not feeling good. So I'm very appreciative. I've been reading a lot of Instagram posts and tweets and messages on Facebook and YouTube comments asking me where I am and if I'm okay, and that you guys are thinking of me, and I just cannot say enough how important that's been. I really have not been able to do too much of anything this week, so Dogman and I have just been spending a lot of time watching a lot of movies and TV shows and staying inside. Normally when I feel bad and when I'm having an anxiety attack, one of the things that helps me literally the most, and I feel like saves me 9 times out of 10 from having to go to the emergency room, is walking around, taking really long walks in the neighborhood or park or whatever. And I haven't even been able to do that because we've been having really bad weather. So it's been kind of a drag. It's been a monumental week, so much fun. But I have been watching a lot of TV, and I've been snuggling with my friend Frog. And fun fact, a Swamp family member brought me this frog when I had my Lush meet and greet in November. So this frog is like a Swamp family friend, but he's just so cuddly, so I thought I would show you guys. I feel like it's kind of silly that I'm so comforted by stuffed animals, being that I'm adult. I'm adult. But I don't know, sometimes it's like the silliest, most comforting things that make me feel better. So I always have you guys with me in some way, and you guys always make me feel better. I just feel really guilty when I can't make videos. You know, I come on here and this is like my time to be fun and have goofy, goofy, fun, be fun, and goofy. That's the things I'm thinking of. So every time I make videos and I seem really happy, it's because parts of me filming these videos are some of the happiest parts of my day, because I'm just so excited to come talk to you guys and hang out with y'all and film things and talk about whatever's going on, whatever is interesting me at the time. I don't know, like when I'm feeling like really bad though, I feel kind of not up to filming because I feel like I'm not really happy, you know, so I don't want to come on here and be like, so today's the day, you know, so, but I'm feeling much better now, which is a great blessing because I'm going to New York next week, and I'm working on something that I can't talk about yet, but I'm very excited, and it's something for you guys, so I can't wait to share it, even though I won't be sharing it for a long time. So just take that in your hearts and remember that I've got a surprise coming for you. Funny stuff to talk about. I thought we could talk about something interesting today. I feel like I'm breaking the rules today because I'm drinking a soda instead of tea, but sippy. I don't know what's been going on at my Starbucks lately. I've been drinking a lot of Starbucks tea lately. Like for the past couple months, I've just gotten into this routine. Like sometimes the most mundane things I feel bring me comfort, like going to Starbucks every day. It's just kind of something I look forward to, which I almost feel like is like something lame to say. But you know, it's like the little things, like something fantastically exciting isn't happening every day. So I feel like in some ways I like to make the small things like an exciting adventure. And also I kind of like end up knowing my baristas a little bit, and they're friendly, so it's kind of like, you know, you get a little bit of something. Anyway, this is not a Starbucks story, but I don't know what it is, but like the last 4 days, and I've been asking them, and maybe it's just because I've been feeling bad, but I swear, the tea tastes like dirt. It's like if you walk past a fresh flower bed, it's like that's the aftertaste of my tea. And I keep asking them, I'm like, are you putting a different sweetener? Is it a different type of tea? No, no, no. So nobody knows why my tea tastes like dirt. It's freaking me out a little bit. So today, unfortunately, I don't have tea. I have soda. So we're breaking the rules, breaking the rules. So today, I've got something kind of interesting to talk about. And I think I'm a little bit like brainwashed. Maybe it's because it's been all week. I've been sick. I've been getting out. Da, 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 da. And Dogman and I have been watching this TV show. And normally he doesn't like things. It's not that he doesn't like them. It's just not like his favorite or what he would choose to watch. Like ghost shows, you know, like ghost stories, paranormal stuff, things like that. That's just not what he likes. But since I've been feeling bad, we've been watching a lot more of that because that is like my favorite stuff to watch. So lately I bought this show on iTunes and it comes on, I can't even remember because I feel like they've changed networks and channels all the time now. It used to come on the Bio channel, which doesn't even exist anymore. That's like FYI or something now. But even before that, they like switched all of their like paranormal ghost shows to come on some other channel. I don't know what that channel is. It still does come on. I think they're making new episodes of it, but it's called like The Ghost Inside My Child or something like that. How horrifying does that sound? So I found it on iTunes actually, and you could like download the whole series, and I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. So I can just watch like 20 totally creepy shows at once. It's not as creepy as like normal, like if you watch a haunting or like the normal kind of like paranormal reenactment shows. I don't feel like it's ever like that suspenseful or creepy, but it's just really, really interesting. And it's all about like these kids who are, some of them really suffer with it and some of them just have like these weird out of place memories, or they just kind of like act older, or it's just something that seems weird or out of place, you know? And it's supposed to be these children who are having these past life experiences, or that they're reincarnated or something. It's just such a mind trip. It's so weird because it's just like, it kind of makes you think. Do you ever think, I don't know, maybe it's just the kind of person I am. Like sometimes when I get so engrossed in a television show and I feel like that's like all I've been watching for days and days and days, do you ever just get that moment where you're like, this is my life? I don't know, it just kind of started to get me thinking about like my own childhood and stuff like that, and stuff that's weird. I don't know anything about reincarnation. I'm not gonna act like I do. I never really thought about it, but it just like gets you thinking. And I mean, I'm not trying to get into like any kind of religious discussion or anything like that, so I hope everybody is just gonna remain respectful in the comments section, because that's certainly not what I'm meaning to talk about in this video. You know, we all have our own religious beliefs, and I'm just very open to everybody. It's totally okay if I believe in something that you don't believe in, or if you believe in something I don't believe in. I don't understand why people get so like frustrated and angry about things like that, because when you break it down, I don't really understand how anyone else's like religious thoughts or choices, like someone else's beliefs, have nothing to do with me. So I am a firm believer in like live and let live, whether you have religious beliefs or you don't. It's none of my business, you know? I don't know, I've never really thought about this stuff, but I started thinking about my own childhood, and like some stuff just kind of doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, I'll go ahead and spill the beans. One of the things that I am most scared of in life, I don't know why, I've never been around any problematic situation with it. I've always been afraid of like pregnancy and stuff, and like having a kid or something like this. Just very, very, it makes me feel extremely anxious. And like I said, like my mom never told me like any horror stories. I mean, I never had siblings, so I wasn't really around it much when I was a kid. You know, none of my aunts and uncles had kids really. So it's just, I don't know, it's a really weird thing, but it's like you start to think like, why do some things that I have no reason to be afraid of really, like why is it something that sticks with me? And it's like so vivid. I mean, when I was like a kid, it used to really scare me and bother me, and it's such a silly thing to say. I've never talked about it before, but it's stuff like that. It doesn't make any sense. And like when I was a kid, I always felt like an adult and not like a kid. Like I felt more comfortable. I wanted to hang around with like older people, like adults, like my aunts and uncles who were older. Like I was more into doing like family stuff instead of like going and hanging out with people my own age. And I just kind of always, like, even though I knew I was a kid when I was in school and stuff, like in my mind, I almost felt like I was always older or like an adult. I don't know. It's been a long time since I thought about like early childhood stuff, but Dogman and I were talking about this earlier today. It's such a weird thought. This is just such a big, like, open, and I'm not really like getting very specific with it, but it's just a lot of stuff you kind of start to think, and it probably has nothing to do with me. I'm just like so engrossed with watching a TV show, I want to connect it to my own life. But it's just stuff like I learned my alphabet really fast. I learned my alphabet before I ever went to kindergarten. I knew all my numbers up to 100 before I ever went to kindergarten. Like stuff like writing and reading and everything came really easy to me. The only thing that was ever really difficult for me in school was math. I still cannot do math to this day. I can't count. Anything that has to do with numbers. I think I've talked about this before. I thought it was dysgraphia, but maybe it's just a type of dyslexia. I always thought dysgraphia was just with numbers, but like still to this day, I'm really bad with numbers and like sequences of numbers, like combination codes or phone numbers or zip codes, or like I'll write the numbers like in a different order, but it's never been anything with like letters with me or writing. It's just numbers. I don't know what that's about. I don't even really know why I'm telling this story today. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. I wish that like these shows and stuff would have been on and like a popular thing, like reality television when I was a kid, and then I don't know, maybe my parents would have like written some stuff down more, or I would have focused on it better and maybe like remembered it better. I could probably like, if I really sat down and thought about it for a long time, I could probably think I was a really weird child and I am still a really weird adult. So I could probably think of like all kinds of totally weird stuff that I did when I was a kid that kind of like just stands out or doesn't make much sense. I also had like severe separation anxiety. I know I've told this story before. This would never happen in like modern day school system. I have no idea what video this was in, so I'll just go ahead and retell this little gem. I know it was in one of my very, very early videos when I first started my YouTube channel, but I had severe separation anxiety. This stuff would never go on in modern schooling system, but I was so upset when my parents used to drop me off at school that I was uncontrollable, sobbing, crying. All of the other children totally thought I was crazy. It was so embarrassing. I mean, I would cry until like my t-shirts were like soaked with tears. It was absurd. Like finally my teacher in second grade just basically gave up on me, and she used to give me her cell phone. It was like one of the big giant clunky 90s cell phones back in the day. It looks like a modern walkie-talkie. Not even a modern walkie-talkie, like a gigantic telephone. If you've ever seen, if I can find a picture, I'll insert a photo here, but like really ridiculous 90s walkie-talkie phone. And she used to just let me like walk around the whole like school campus. I went to, you know, like a primary, I guess they're still called primary schools here in the States, but you know, it was like first through fourth grade or something, and it was like a big school where all the first through fourth graders went, and I used to just walk around all day, not getting an education, not all day, but usually at least until lunch, and then by lunchtime I used to be able to like calm down and then get through the rest of the day. How crazy is that? Like there's no school on the face of the planet that would just like let a kid wander off all day with no supervision. I don't even know why I'm telling these stories today. I just kind of wanted to come back and say, hey, not dead, didn't fall off the face of the planet. I've just been engrossing myself in TV and philosophy, I guess you could say, and getting to feel better before I go out of town. But there should be tons of videos I'm hoping for you guys up the rest of the month. I know this is kind of like a weird place to end a vlog. I don't even really know what I'm saying right now. I'm just telling you guys weird stories. How many times have I said weird today? You could take a sippy every time I say weird, and it could be like a tea drinking game. Feel free to share your childhood stories with me down below. Tell me something unusual, tell me something different, tell me if you guys have ever watched this show. If you ever did like something weird when you were a kid, I should just make a whole vlog about like me as a weird child. Who wants to watch that? I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me even when I've been gone for an entire week. And like I always say, I feel so bad about that. And I went on Instagram today and I asked you guys if y'all would want a tea vlog or a Sephora haul, and it's kind of a toss-up. I didn't really get like a clear, like, we want this or we want this. And a lot of people said both. So I decided to do this weird thing today, and we'll have a Sephora haul within the next couple of days. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and for spending some time. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp Family, and give an alligator its wings. Also, if you want, you can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/graveyardgirl, or you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram at graveyardgirl, same way as spelled here. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye!